Hey everyone, where the hell did he go?
Where's Geoff? Where are you?
We're here.
Oh,
Maybe I
boy,
didn't
oh,
go this
boy.
way. Which way
This
do you
is
go?
ridiculous.
Which way is going to be easy?
Yeah, I'm here.
There we go. Okay, there we go. Hey guys, hey, how's everyone doing? Let's just check out the comments real quick. Eric Hanmacher. Okay, Eric, have you been here for that? I'm not familiar with that name. Anyway, everything's going. They were still working. I had to drag them out of the living room because they're still reviewing shots. We spent the day at the studio, and wow, Dana and Scott have just done some amazing work on that bridge. That's looking great. And we got back, and we've been working tonight. I just worked on the call sheet, and the call sheet is like a list, kind of lists everything that's happening in the shoot. It's like, okay, it's going to be, this is what the shoot's for. This is the date. This is it. Time, place, where to show up, where the parking is, where the hospital is, and then a list of everyone, what their name, what their position, what their phone number, their email, and so everyone can get in contact with everyone, everyone else. So I was doing that. Mark, what were you doing? Tell the fans.
Well, I was taking the footage that Geoff shot. We called it pre-visualization. So we have a lot of really complicated shots that we're doing. And so we got on set with just a little rig of the actual camera and the actual lens, but in a small little version of it. And we ran around and took some of the crew members and stuck them in seats and said, here, you're Garth for now, or you're Wagner, or you're whoever. And we ran through all the shots. We shot them. It's very, when I say crude, I mean crude.
Yeah.
And then we stick it in the editor and we chop them up and we see what was working, what isn't, and then what we got to fix. And then we go back and review things that are original ideas around here's what we want it to feel like and go, are we going to achieve it? What else do we need? What other gear? What other people? Who do we need to fire? And then hopefully not hopefully, that is our confidence that we'll be able to execute it on Friday.
Yeah. So we're shooting Friday, Saturday, and then a little bit on Sunday, probably a half day on Sunday. And so Geoff, were you fired up about today?
I'm fired up. I'm ready to do this.
Yeah, we did. We will say our thoughts and prayers are going out to Jim, our gaffer. His ex-wife was diagnosed with cancer, so we wish her the best. And everyone send out your good vibes to Jim's wife. So thank you. There's Eccleston Angel. Hey there, how are you doing? Well, don't just say hello to me. I've got Mark and Geoff here. So say hi to everyone. Like Jasper Hayes. How are you, Jasper? And there's Frank. Frank's coming down. Frank, as a matter of fact, I didn't put you on the call sheet, Frank. So send me your email and your phone number, and I don't think you were on the call sheet. And we even literally just added a first assistant director tonight. The guy that we've been waiting to hear from. He was supposed to, and I gave him a call and he said, "Yep, I'm in for Friday." So that was good news. So tell him what a first assistant director does.
You want to tell him, Geoff?
The first AD is basically the people wrangler. They help us make sure we're on time. They gather everybody together, make sure they're where they need to be, and help us stay on time. That's the biggest thing.
There you go. That's Stephen Shuey. Hey, you're on the road. Fantastic. Good. Well, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm expecting that you guys to be there about noon, but everyone will definitely be there by noon.
We just got some very good news.
Oh, what was that?
Mr. Jim.
10 o'clock.
Oh, good. Phew, okay.
So 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Good. Howdy from Arlington, Texas. So we're pretty excited about this shoot. And tomorrow is wardrobe fittings and rehearsal. And we're
putting up the lights. We're doing some more camera blocking, and
yeah. So there's a lot to be done. A lot to be done tomorrow. Hey, there's Josh Irwin, who has a shoot himself this weekend.
Hey, Josh.
Avalon Universe. Josh, how are you doing? Good luck to you. Go break a leg out there, guys. We hope everyone does well. And Scott, Scott? Are you in town? I think Scott made it. So he's so Scott. What time are we showing up at the studio tomorrow?
10, is it not?
10, Jeff.
Yeah, 10 tomorrow.
10 tomorrow. So
sorry,
Scott,
texting away, still working.
Scott, if you want to show up at 10 tomorrow, that's good. Stephen, whenever you guys get in, I will be over running. I'll run over to the hotel, make sure that now that we know who's, what rooms we have and who's checking in. Scott, you're at the Hampton. Okay, Scott, I'm going to give you.
Little girl.
Oh, look at that.
Come on, little girl. Up here.
Yeah, come on.
Why not be?
Oh,
There we go. I got you.
There you go.
there we go.
It's my new girlfriend right here.
Yeah, that's
I
itty
know.
bitty. My miniature German Shepherd. She loves Mark because
Sweetie.
Mark's a dog person. So yeah, and underneath we got more. We got so many dogs around here. So so things are going great. By the way, short live stream tonight. I promise these guys a half hour because everyone's still got work to do. I've got to walk the dogs. That's my job here tonight. So let's see. Yeah, so stop by in the morning, Scott. It's good to have you in town, and we'll send you out for lunch. Join us for lunch tomorrow. We got actors flying in from LA, mostly LA. Rob's coming in from LA. Corax is coming in from LA. Chris Hatch is coming in from probably San Francisco or wherever the hell he flies in from. And then there's someone else. I forget who. Jasper says, will you see Sarek? Not right now. Sarek's not in the script. He was in the script, but he's not in the script now.
Mhm.
And I can't tell you any more about that. So sorry. But you'll be it's good that he's not in the
But Alec,
script.
you're gonna have to turn off the stream now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyone else have questions that we can answer? There are rumors we will have a Sarek. No, we will not have a Sarek. No, JG shot last year. So JG shot November 21. So about 13 months ago?
Mhm.
14
He's
months
good.
ago. He's good. They were watching his footage today. Real excited about it. It's more Travis. He's just it's great. He's very comfortable in that character. So you're happy with that footage? Yes. Yeah. See. Yeah, we were happy.
We had a great time.
So all's good there. Does the Aries have a dog? Well, I don't know if the Aries has a dog, but I have 6. So how's that? That's Daddy Star Trek, Jordan Hofer. Jordan, and I got an email from you, Jordan, and my apologies. I've been so busy I have not emailed you, but I know you, Jordan, ordered a dedication plaque. So I'll be getting to that after this shoot. And thank you for your contribution. And please, everyone, if you're not already, go down there and sign up for the newsletter. That's the way we can communicate with you, tell you everything that's going on at Axanar, especially when we're doing things like crowdfunders or we do a crowdfunder, not a Kickstarter. It happens on our site. But there's the Axanar donor site, which is click on Axanar.com, click on the Axanar donors, and you go to the Axanar donors site. And if you've been a donor before, it has all your information in there and it tells you what you do and everything. So there you go. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
There's a lot of voice work.
Yeah.
He's got a great voice.
I have to have a bridge dog. Captain Archer's dog never made it onto the bridge. Let's just be poor Porthos. He was stuck in the quarters. And where did he walk that dog? And who was cleaning up after him?
They beamed him over to the gym,
Yeah.
Space treadmill.
site to site.
So, Larry, we will wrap up after the LA shoot. So we have one more shoot after this weekend. We have the big LA shoot, and then we're done. The big LA shoot will happen. We'll see. Depends on funding, but May, June, is kind of like where we're shooting. We don't want to go past June because it gets too hot in LA at that point. That's kind of it. And then premiere, well, it's just going to depend how long it takes to cut it and get the music scored and get the VFX done and get it composited and everything. So, my guess is, we'd be lucky to see it in the fall. But it'll be in the can and it'll be being worked on, so that'll be great. Let's see what it says. The crew of the Ares. No, there's a few people. It's mostly. Well, Rob DeVille is back. Rob Hayes, who plays Xander DeVille, is back. And this time we actually have cast the other characters because they speak. So we've got Korax at Fleet Ops and Wagner at Tactical, and Tanaka has changed. It's not James Liu, it's Vince Canless. So we're excited to have Vince on board. James just moved to Vancouver and was able to make it. So you'll see a little younger Tanaka. So to do. Okay, and I just answered that one. Let's see what else you got.
You went where you wanted to.
Oh my gosh, that is such a bad joke.
Oh man, terrible joke.
I liked it.
Let's see. Eric says, did you think about Garth's eventual madness at all when developing your character? Actually, no. Actually, it has nothing to do with this. At this point, that's in the future. Mm-hmm. So in developing the character, it was really all about the things they talked about Garth in Whom Gods Destroy. There's like 5 major points you learn in Whom Gods Destroy. In the beginning, when Kirk learns that Garth's an inmate there, he says that he's his hero. His books required reading at the academy. And then later on, you find out he won a big battle at Axanar. That battle made Kirk and Spock brothers. And he was the greatest explorer of the time. So those are kind of things that, so that's kind of the jumping off point that we used. So it really, the only thing the madness is, we do talk about, and I think we played it a little in Prelude, is Garth has some PTSD from the war, and that somehow, I think in my view, that PTSD and that inability to save everyone, because he was very concerned about his crew, and that had a lot, that weighed heavy on him, especially when he's fleet commander and he's losing people from other ships, And so I'd like to think that his megalomania that comes out after his accident, right? There was an accident that caused him to go crazy. That megalomania, in part, I always think is due to the fact that he wants to be able to control everything. It's kind of like Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars. He wants to be able to he will do anything to save Padme, right? So, and I think that kind of drives him crazy. That drives him to the dark side. That drives Anakin to the dark side. So I think, in a way, that's kind of a piece of the megalomania that Garth then suffers from, is that he wants to be able to control things. So there you go. Hope that answers your question. There are red shirts, in fact. Yes, there'll be at least one on the bridge I know of. If not, there's 2. There's at least 2 red shirts on the bridge. No, it's not going to be a full-length feature. It's going to be 2 15-minute episodes. So we're following up Prelude to Axanar with the next 2 episodes in that series, which we call the 4 Years' War.
In accordance with the guidelines.
In accordance with Star Trek fan film guidelines and our settlement agreement with CBS. Yes, he is going to be back. That's all I'll say. Well, good. Glad you like it. Let's see. If there's any other questions you have for either of these guys while they're here, because we only have 14 minutes left, and then they all turn into pumpkins. No, I promise them. Does Axanar have a Q?
No, it's Axanar, no Q. Sorry.
There you go. There's your answer, Jim K. No, we don't have Q. There's no. I mean, they're around. They're just not messing with the Federation at this time. No mice. No mice. Brian Simpson says, "Hey, Alex." Hello, Brian. How are you doing? Scotty is not going to be mentioned. There's there's only so much fan service we can tolerate. And listen, we all put on the final episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds tonight, of which Scotty makes an appearance in, right? So I'm like, yeah, there he is. He's in that. How's that? You don't need him in Axanar.
How old would he be in Axanar?
Like a teenager.
Let's see.
Younger.
So in Axanar, not in the 4 Years War documentary, but in the Battle of Axanar, that time period, that's 2245, and so Kirk is he's a new-fledged ensign at the Academy that year. So Scotty is older than Kirk. So Scotty is probably out on his first assignment, probably on his first ship. Yes, we do. And and you want to talk about the storyboard? Dan Schaefer?
Are you releasing?
Yeah, we're releasing it.
Okay, yeah. We had Dan did some storyboards for us based on our original shot list. Basically, how we conceived of this particular scene we're shooting on Friday. It's changed quite a bit since then because we, as of today, again, even minutes ago, changing things. Just because we get on set, and when you get on set, you kind of are in the physical space of where the actors are going to sit, the props, the furniture that's there, and no matter how well a set, when you get there with the camera and actually see what the lens distortion does and how we can move a rig through spaces that are very narrow, and because the Steadicam rig is not small, it's big, so we have to be able to get through. You change things have to change. And what we did today, as I mentioned, was we did a pre-visualization, which is kind of the next step after storyboards many times, it depends on the production, but storyboards many times are the previs of the previs. Kind of gives everybody, and mainly used to get nowadays to get funding, to have people go, oh yeah, that looks great, or patrons or sponsors or whatever, go, oh, we love how that looks. And then from there, they go in and shoot things on a set or even on a mock set if they're still building it. And then create what we did today, which is a very rough, crude edit of the scenes or the whole movie, even with some dialogue or whatever from somebody who's sitting around. And then they can get an idea of, hey, what's our timing? What do we need to add? So storyboards are great. And in our case, we're going to make them available to you, the ones that Dan did, which are very, very nice.
Yes. So that's why it's important to get on the newsletter so you find out all about. We're putting out the storyboards in a hardcover book, and there's actually a signed edition that which is going to be signed by the cast and crew. Everyone here, principal cast. So get on the newsletter, sign up for the newsletter, you get the news. Okay, some other questions. Will the Constitution class starship show up sometime in Axanar? We are not going to tell you that.
End this now. Sorry.
Yeah. This is North Carolina. This is where I went to law school. So you can see NC. There you go. Not that other Carolina. You want to take that one, you guys? Plan on having any fun, Geoff?
Any fun, or is this?
Are you guys planning on having fun, or is this
when you work in filmmaking, you have to enjoy it. So you're always having fun if you really are doing this and you like your craft. So yeah, I have fun just being there and working, but it all kind of meshes together.
Yep. No, absolutely. You want to have fun at what you're doing.
There's something to spending a lot of time visualizing. It's the same with making music. You visualize what you want, and you have to go through all these stages before it can actually be birthed. And today was the day where it started really being fun for me, because I'm starting to see on a real camera, on a real lens, with a real human being operating, going, oh, and then co-creating on the set, going, oh, what if we do this? And we can solve this. And it just elevating beyond what I'm able to see, and what maybe even Alec's able to see. When the collaboration starts happening, for me, that's when it's fun, and you start seeing it in a way that would never have been done if it had just been. If it was just up to me, it would have been this level. But with everybody put together, it goes up level upon level, which is what happened with Prelude. We were just talking about on last night how Robert Rodriguez says everybody's got 30 bad films in them. Quick better to get them out of the way first. Well, with Prelude, the people that ended up working on that film in their unique capacities and disciplines have pretty much gotten all 30 bad films way out of the way a long time ago. So
Right.
every time we'd interact with the DP or we'd interact with the sound designer or we'd interact with the colorist or the editor, like, oh, here's an idea, here's another idea, here's another idea. And all of our visions, because we, for the most part, all got along, went up on higher and higher. And Prelude is amazing.
Yeah. We also had an Academy Award winner at makeup, so that helped.
We also had one on sound.
Yeah, that's right. Eric says, are there any Discovery style Klingons, or is this continuing the more TNG style prosthetics? So no, there are no Discovery style Klingons, and basically, Axanar, our project, Prelude to Axanar, came out before Discovery. So when we were building it out, I envisioned both smoothhead and ridgehead Klingons. Discovery Klingons are awful, and that is. And I honestly believe that is, in my personal canon, that is another universe. That's the Kurtzman universe. That is not the Prime universe. That is not TOS through, Enterprise, TOS, Deep Space Nine, TNG, Voyager. That's Prime Star Trek. I'm not saying it's better or worse. I'm not making a value judgment. Everyone likes different things, and
Just awful.
But I just see it as a different universe because it's visually, it doesn't jive with the original series. You can't tell me it's the same universe. It's obviously a different universe. And that's cool. We believe in the multiverse, right?
They believe in the multiverse. They've mentioned it in what, season 3 or 4 of the multiverse?
Yeah,
So.
exactly. And besides, I know in the original Star Trek, they didn't have absurd looking TARDIS-like turbo lifts. There was just stuff in Discovery that's just never going to wash with, original Star Trek. So that's okay. It's another, just like we were just watching Star Trek 09. It's just like the Kelvin universe is different. There can be different universes. That's why I was disappointed that in the books, they took the course they did and basically wiped out the book universe, because I thought that was its own universe, right?
Beautiful.
It didn't have to jibe with Discovery universe, which, and how long is that going to last? If Kurtzman doesn't stick around, that, but we will say we all love Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks, both fantastic. So let's see. Yes, Scott, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, on shoot day on Friday, we just discovered that we put down you're asking about hard work. Geoff and Alec and I will arrive on set at 6 a.m. and we will probably leave around 9.
That's why we need to get a good night's sleep tonight.
And we'll do it all again on the next day. And
Yeah, even more importantly, tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're going to be out of there early.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's just check. There's Diane Pearson says, hi, how are you? Yeah, we had one of our background actors just message me today and said, I just tested positive for COVID. So she had to drop out. Fortunately, we have enough actors to fill all the seats. Well, it's canon, but it's the question that I put forward is it's just a different universe of the multiverse of Star Trek. I mean,
and generally you want to avoid STDs anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think you need to talk to Josh Irwin about that. Val wants to know if I'm ever going to pop up in the Avalon.
Haven't
universe.
you already a few times? Haven't you been in at least one, or no? Has that not happened yet?
No, I've
Thought
been
you
I've
liked
been in
Andy.
Vance's universe.
Gotcha.
I'm in Vance's, a couple of Vance's projects,
Okay.
but no. Yes, if you're a donor, that you do, the donors do get Blu-rays and DVDs. And if you want to be a donor, you got to go sign up for the newsletter, because we can't really advertise, that we're raising money for Axanar outside of our newsletter and our email list. So, and that's just because of the settlement agreement. So there you go. So sign up for the newsletter, get all the information. You get all the inside information. Yeah, I don't know. We all liked Picard. Where are we with Picard?
2, no. 1, yes. 3, I haven't seen it.
2, no. Season 2, no.
Right. No
Season 1,
thanks.
yes.
The last
Se-
episode of
season-
season 2, sure, but
Yeah.
not season 2.
I was gonna say the first episode of season 2, sure. The rest of season 2,
You don't like the end with, sorry, spoiler, Q and how that all completed?
I do, but it was like there was so much fluff to get there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'll give you one in the end, but
Oh, that's right. Frank reminds me. Yes, I was in the Avalon universe when the captain comes back.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Right.
I swore he
Was
did a
I in
cameo there.
video or was
I
it
think
just?
Josh filmed it like one day. I thought he came there
Yeah,
and was filming
that's right.
something
That's
else.
right.
and
Right. When you
were
did
in
Jewish
you were in
Space
the
Laser, I
green-
think.
You were in the green
Yeah, that's right.
uniform.
That's right.
That's why I was like, it had Josh's style. I remember. Like,
Thank you,
seeing
Frank. Frank is now our Cosmic Stream. There you go.
it.
All right, let's see. We're just not doing. We're not doing the disco Klingon prosthetics. That's what we're doing. Smooth Heads traditional. I thought a mix of different rhymes with Picard was cool. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, hey, look, they went back to regular Klingons for Picard. So
Yeah. Well, I think we've talked about Picard, and came in. I think we all agree that it's just uneven. It's just each season has its good points and its bad points, but it's not consistent. But listen, my viewpoint, season 2, just for the last episode, it was worth watching the whole thing just for the payoff in the last episode. Let's see. Okay, we just kind of touched this. No, it won't. That's not what Axanar follows him through the end of the war, and no. Josh asks, "Are we doing any fun lighting gags?"
yeah, yeah, we were just talking about it.
The Last of Us. No, I have not seen it. I'm so done.
It's really good though.
I hear it's good. I am so done with zombie anything.
Yeah,
So-
I'll tell you, I was too. But this is different.
All right.
It's the break in the video game adaptation curse. It's really good.
Good. Yeah, I watched the new.
Uncharted.
No, what was the other the other post-apocalyptic one from?
Video game? Video game? TV
No,
show or movie?
no. What's the? It's become a streaming show, and it was a series of movies with Mila Jovovich, whatever her name is.
Oh, Resident Evil.
Resident Evil. I started to watch the
Yeah,
first
that got
episode of
canceled
that.
so quick.
It was just so mediocre.
Mhm.
So yeah. Yes, Avalon is shooting this weekend as well. Donna Choate, Questenberry Hill. Oh, those are your sons. Well, we love your sons. At least Lee. I don't really know Michael. But Donna, so thank you. Yeah, thank you for loaning us your sons. I love Lee. Lee's one of my favorite people. And time's up. All right, we're all off. We've got stuff to do. We can't stay here all night. And I'm not sure we're going to be able to do this tomorrow night. But if we are, you'll of course we'll post it and let you know. Maybe we can squeeze in another half hour tomorrow. It depends how early we get done. Because yes, I mean we're going to be up at what?
We're
4:30
tomorrow
on Friday morning.
Oh yeah.
if it's a 6 o'clock
'Cause we have a
call,
6
it's
o'clock
45-minute drive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we gotta pick up ice on the way in town. So anyway, all right. Well, that's it for now. Thank you everyone who stopped by to say hi. Stay tuned. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter and you get all the information on what's going on. All right. As always, everyone, live long and prosper and stay Starfleet strong. We love you guys. Bye.